How is everybody doing today? My name is Master Zero and welcome back to another reaction video. This time a reaction to Vaping is Too Good to Be True by In a Nutshell. Alright, so the last intro I did of their video, you know, about talking about weed, like, I was making jokes and stuff about how they know that what my life is and stuff like that. They're secretly watching me, but I'm starting to think it's not a joke, man. Like, back-to-back videos of something I used to participate in and now currently participating in, you know, is kind of getting a little weird, Kurzgesagt, I'm not gonna lie. But onto this video, man, I'm really excited because, like, vaping in itself, like, I used it to stop smoking cigarettes, like it was a tool per se, rather than just like doing it for fun like these kids are doing it nowadays. So my age is showing, but like it should be really interesting because like vaping is new, like compared to like other things like billions of years, like normal stuff that they talk about, like vaping as a whole is new. Like I think it only started like when I picked it up, I think it was like 2015 around there, but like it's still relatively new, so not knowing that much about it is obviously going to go hand in hand with that because it is still blooming, you know. But I really hope they do like draw in like what exactly it is, because the reason why I chose vaping to stop smoking cigarettes is because it is essentially, I don't want to say it's healthy, but like it is healthier than cigarettes, like choosing the lesser of two evils in a way, you know, lack of a better word. But I'm very excited to get this going, so without any further ado, here's Vaping is Too Good to Be True.
What's this?
What is it?
Oh,
whoa.
it's only the
hey,
best
doing the ads early this year.
made.
This video.
Vaping is kind of amazing. Finally,
I wouldn't go there.
less bad alternative to smoking.
See, again, it's like
one of the most popular drugs in the
starting
world,
way too positive.
Nicotine.
Hey.
It can improve your attention, concentration, memory, reaction
They're
time, and
divided.
endurance. It can reduce anxiety and stress and help you relax and enhance your mood.
Nicotine in itself
Nicotine
is
also
pretty good, like they're
hunger,
talking about.
making it easier to
It's not a
maintain
medical
or
weight
lose
loss.
weight. And it's simply fun to put a thing in your mouth and get a little kick.
That's fair.
Compared to other stimulants,
Not sexually.
Nicotine's effect doesn't come at the same high price for our bodies.
That's what I was
It's
saying,
also
choosing the
crystal
lesser
clear
of
that
two
vaping
evils.
is way less harmful than smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking delivers, well, hot smoke
And it's just tarring your lungs, man.
Directly into your lungs.
I really hope mine are clean by now.
All over your body right away.
Seriously bad for
But
you.
we'll purely
Is
focus
that the
on
Michelin
nicotine
Man?
vapes in this video.
Michelin. Marlboro.
Okay, sure, nicotine is one of the most addictive substances we know.
That's an understatement.
But vaping on its own
Next to
still
caffeine.
is kind of okay. So, is it really that bad if you do it?
I really hope you tell
we should
me.
find out quickly.
Oh, thank you.
While in the West, smoking is
Tell me about
slowly
the
falling
facts.
out of fashion, especially among teens, vaping has become a growing epidemic.
Technically,
In
that's a
2023 in
good
the
thing,
UK,
but you add
20% of
teens to
children
it,
have
it's not
tried
good at
vaping
all.
At least once. In the US, 8% of all students are currently vaping regularly.
Really?
4 of them do it daily, and almost all of them use vapes with flavors. So how does vaping
Honestly,
work,
I didn't
and
know
what
it was
does
that
do to
much
your
people.
body?
Smoky chicken.
How does vaping work? A vape
I could
is
tell you, but
basically a
I'll let
small
the
tank of
experts
liquid
say.
heated up by a metallic coil that vaporizes it. The major ingredient
Hence
in
vapor.
most vape juice is propylene glycol and
Yeah.
glycerol, the main chemicals in smoke machines.
vegetable glycerin.
Which are also used in countless chemical processes, from food like candy and baking mixes to cosmetics, paints, or plastics.
I didn't know it was in all
There are
that.
the nicotine salts containing the magic.
I don't like the
and
nicotine salt.
dozens of different flavor molecules.
That's not for me. It's a little too
When
harsh.
you pull on a vape, the metal coil heats up and turns the liquid into the vapor you inhale.
Dude, your
Vapor
illustration of a
sounds
vape
kind
is
of
like
nice,
amazing.
harmless and pleasant, but vapes don't produce actual vapor, but a heated mist of aerosol. A
Yeah,
warm,
that's true.
Sticky substance made out of large molecules and microscopic particles mixed with air. The best thing to compare it to is inhaling warm body spray.
Okay, maybe don't.
When you take a hit, billions of aerosol particles cover your mouth and tongue, making you taste pleasant stuff and enter into your lungs.
Depending on what flavor you get, I
They
guess.
reach your alveoli, little air sacs where the breathing happens.
Okay.
Here, the nicotine passes into your bloodstream and is transported into your brain to cause
Straight shot to the brain. That's just eye twitch.
The complications begin.
Oh.
What's actually in your vape? The
Let me
scary
hear it.
answer is that we don't really know.
Never mind.
Studies found that vape liquids
Like
can
I said, man, it's
thousands of
way
very
too
different
new.
mixes of many dozens of substances. The
And you also
majority
like
were not even
the black
mentioned in the
market
label.
side of it and everything.
This
It's not
seems
good.
almost unbelievable, but the vaping industry is much less regulated than you'd think. We
That's
know that many
sad.
official substances in vapes are technically safe. Kinda.
There's that
They're
word,
used in
technically.
cosmetics, medicine, or food, and have been extensively
It's like all this
tested.
stuff is FDA
Most are
approved,
safe
right?
to eat or put on your skin. But that's not the same as
Inhaling it? Yeah.
Cinnamaldehyde found in cinnamon oil kills
I'm
cells
sorry?
and causes genetic damage when inhaled.
Why? I love
Benzaldehyde,
Cinnabon.
found in almonds or apples, has a fruity taste and is common in cherry, berry, chocolate, or mint-flavored vapes. As a gas,
What about dessert
it
flavors?
irritates the respiratory tract. What's
Oh.
worse is that we don't know what many substances in vape juice do if heated up. The longer you inhale, the hotter the core gets, the more chemicals.
Just
in
a
the
freaking
juice
straight
change.
shot to the machine, why don't you?
Molecules merge or break down, creating new compounds with unknown consequences. When propylene glycol and glycerol,
As far as I know,
heated
nothing
too
bad
much,
happened to me yet.
They decompose and turn into
Body's trying to get rid of the tar and
This
stuff
can
from
happen when
cigarettes.
the liquid runs out or the core
Yeah,
gets too
definitely don't
hot.
do that.
You'll probably notice this.
Freaking
because
dry
your
hits are
vape
the
will taste
worst.
weird or burnt.
Yeah.
If this happens, you should stop right away.
Yeah.
And
Stop
it
littering.
gets worse.
Worse,
when
you
the
say.
metal core is heated up, it releases metal particles.
Wait, that's
Studies
bad.
found aluminium, boron,
Oh, I love this!
iron,
Hell yeah!
magnesium,
Guitar Hero
zinc,
reference?
lead, chromium,
That's a
nickel,
lot of...
and
Okay.
manganese in the
Oh my
vapor,
god.
all of which vary from really bad news to straight up toxic.
Yeah,
and can cause
I saw
lung
lead.
irritation, chronic
That
bronchitis,
alone should-
and shortness of breath in the short term. Nickel
My
can
breath be
also
good,
cause
though.
cancer when breathed in. All of these mystery substances also interact with each other in new and exciting
That's a good
ways.
point. I never thought
In
about
bad
that.
ways, we don't know yet.
Again,
What do
come
we
on,
know about
man!
the health effects of vaping.
Come for you for information.
What does vaping do in your body?
Is it a
The
big old
elephant
fat
in the
we don't
room
know
is that
again?
We don't know exactly how bad vaping is, since it's only been around for about 10 years.
Okay.
Also, most studies on health effects in humans focused on smokers who
Always
switched
goes back to
vapes.
it's too
We do
new.
know for sure that smoking is orders of
Need a
magnitude
longer
more
time for these
harmful.
studies to go.
If you smoke, switching to vaping will reduce your risk of disease massively.
Thank you. That's what I was
If
talking
you
about.
smoke, please switch to vaping.
Yes.
But these
If you don't do
studies also
anything,
muddy the
don't do
water a bit.
anything at all.
What if you never smoked and started to vape? In the short
Get ready
term,
to cough.
a significant portion of vapors develop poor breathing symptoms, coughing, extra mucus production,
There it
shortness
is.
of breath, wheezing, throat and
I'm
chest
up on
pain.
it with this topic.
But the truth
Obviously,
is,
I'm
we simply
doing it.
don't know what will happen in the long term. The first larger-scale study on vaping with non-smokers
Oh.
only started in 2024.
That's
It'll take years
very
before we can say
soon.
anything
Oh my
with
god.
confidence.
My man, bro,
We
on
can make
clouds.
careful assumptions, but take them with a grain of salt. Your
I got
lungs are
you,
made
man.
from very sensitive tissue, and we're never
Again, I
meant to
love it
deal
that they're
with
like,
trillions
we
of
don't know.
aerosols, chemicals and metals.
I'm not gonna
What
tell you
goes into your
misinformation.
lungs generally stays in them forever, which is why smokers' lungs are dark. And
Yeah.
dirty. It seems that vaping activates the
said
immune
forever, though.
system, which tries to clean up the aerosols.
Juicy.
This causes inflammation and fluid seeps into the lungs. While the
Oh,
cells guarding
that's
their
bad.
entry produce extra mucus you have to cough out.
Ew.
Some of them may even die.
I haven't
Vaping
coughed out
also
mucus
may
ever since I
cause
stopped
stress
smoking
all over
cigarettes.
your
Or
body.
that, like, month
It may increase your
of
heart rate
stopping.
and blood pressure, lower blood oxygen, or stiffen and clog up your blood vessels.
Oh,
It
man.
may create oxidative stress, which has all sorts of bad effects on your organs and may potentially cause many different diseases over time.
Oh, fun.
Does this increase your risk of strokes, heart diseases, lung diseases, or cause cancer? Again, we don't know.
There it
Maybe
is.
It causes damage, but something else will kill you before vaping does.
Oh!
Maybe it will make you sick. But all we have right now is maybe. We're
That's
conducting
fair,
one of the
though.
largest
It's
medical
like we don't know,
experiments
so
in
we
history.
can't tell you exact
If you
concrete
vaping,
information.
You're a test subject.
Yeah.
Too much.
I was
of
actually
the
gonna
wonder
save
drug.
that for the outro.
What's new about vaping?
I'm okay with being a
is
tough
the sheer
subject.
amount of
I stopped
nicotine
smoking
it delivers
cigarettes.
into your system. For most people, it's kind of hard to smoke 20+ cigarettes a day because
Good
smoking
God!
is pretty harsh.
Yeah.
As vaping is less aggressive and doesn't smell
I used to
bad, you
smoke,
can do it
I think it was like a
inside
pack
and
a half a
constantly
day.
for hours.
Half a
It's
pack a day.
easy to go through an entire vape a day. They shower your
I don't know
brain
about
with
that. These
extremely
bottles are
high
kind of big.
nicotine
I love that I
doses,
just have them
which
on
makes them
standby.
extremely addictive. For teens, this may be very bad.
It takes me like
During
a
your
month to
teenage
get
years, your
rid
brain
of
is
a
developing
bottle,
and your
man.
nicotine receptors are especially active. They're directly linked with your reward system and thus how you feel about yourself and your life.
Oh,
Nicotine may change
Okay.
brain development by overstimulating the nicotine receptors. Again,
Great.
the science is pretty annoying here with loads of caveats.
That's okay,
Nicotine
man.
routines
You already
have been
stated,
linked
take it with a grain of salt.
Deficits, hyperactivity, reduced impulse control, deficits in attention and cognition, and mood disorders. But there's a
Okay.
chicken and egg problem.
Eh.
Did nicotine cause this, or are people with a tendency for emotional dysregulation just more likely to use it?
Oh, that's another
There have
thing I
been
never
studies
thought
that
about.
suggest nicotine is a gateway
It's like
drug,
maybe it's
making
the
it more likely
audience.
to develop
Yeah,
other
that's.
addictions.
I don't know
But
about
this has been
teenagers,
largely
but
rejected.
For me,
Instead,
no.
It seems people who are generally more likely to take risks tend to do more risky things.
That's fair,
More
man.
likely to get addicted to smoking, alcohol or cannabis, hard drugs or gambling.
Yeah,
This
not
doesn't
alcohol
make
for me,
vaping
but
any
smoking
less
and
addictive.
cannabis.
It just means that it's probably not the cause of other addictions.
Uh-huh.
Where the science is pretty solid,
My
is that
man,
most
put
people
the
have a bad
cigarette
time when
down.
quitting nicotine. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances we know.
That's why I
and
essentially
comes
had to
with a wide
switch to
range of
vaping, not
really
just stop
unpleasant
cold turkey
physical
like I did
withdrawal
marijuana.
symptoms. You can be on edge and experience intense craving for nicotine, unpleasant mood swings and anxiety. You can have difficulty sleeping, fatigue,
Oh, my
and
man's still
headaches,
swollen.
and trouble concentrating. It can be harder to experience
I actually have
joy
less
and to deal
headaches.
with stress,
I usually typically
and
get
it can make
migraines.
depression worse.
Oh, that
Without
bad.
nicotine, your suppressed appetite comes back, and since some people compensate by eating more, they put on weight.
Oh, no.
All of this makes quitting
Poor guy just
nicotine
keeps getting
extremely
swole.
hard.
Not the good kind.
On top comes psychological addiction that can be intense, since vaping is extremely habit-forming. The good news is that these symptoms are entirely reversible.
Hey,
It takes
let's go.
about 72 hours for the nicotine to leave your body.
That's
and
it?
The worst withdrawal symptoms fade out or stop
Punch it.
entirely in a few weeks.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Conclusion.
Conclusion.
The problem with vaping is that it's too good. It tastes great, it's pleasant and stimulating.
Again,
but
depending
it
on what
also
juice you get.
supercharges nicotine and makes it even more addictive. Every smoker who switches from cigarettes to vapes is a win for global health.
Hey,
But
I'm
this
doing my
is where
part.
the benefits end.
Starship
Vaping
Troopers.
has already hooked a significant portion of the younger generations to nicotine. And
See, that's where I'm kind of about. It's like, don't let the kids do it.
To expect young people to resist
Maybe
vaping
that.
by providing information about how bad it is or might be. Scaring people straight
Jesus.
is a bad strategy. If you're addicted to
The funny
nicotine,
thing is, the
you
big
use it to
tobacco
fight
corporation
stress.
is paying for
And if you
those.
stress someone out by telling them that the thing they use to fight stress is bad, they do the thing to fight the stress.
That's
you're
very
causing them.
true.
Basically,
Don't do drugs,
humans
like the whole
developed a
dare
new
thing.
way to make
That
one of
didn't
the
work
most
out.
Addictive substances
Seriously
that
bad
was
for
on
you.
decline, attractive to millions of teens by making it taste like bubblegum.
That's
Vaping
fair,
is
man.
Still very new, and we still have a chance
Then
to
again,
curb this
adults love
new
those flavors
global
as well.
addiction before it gets out of control.
Even the world. Imagine those clouds, Jesus.
Making decisions that affect
Advertisement,
your
got it.
health is hard enough.
Man, I don't want to
But
say
it's
this one was
impossible to
very
base it on
informative. I'm not gonna
rational
lie.
ground
I mean, I
if you
stated
don't
at the
have
very
reliable
beginning, it's like
information available.
still new.
Algorithms are constantly working behind the
Binary.
scenes to decide which information to show you, and alarmist headlines get amplified over straightforward reporting. But ground news,
Ground
the
news,
sponsor
let's
of this
go.
video, can give you back a feeling of independence. We have a personal connection to them. Our founder Philip was immensely bored while getting chemotherapy a few years back and decided to read all German newspapers, even the ones he
Just
hated.
try to find the
front
positives
back
and the
every
negatives,
day.
right?
He was shocked to see the bias he suspected confirmed, and all the stories each side decided not to report on.
Yeah, I'm
This
very
experiment
weary
led him
about
to
like
ground
local news and stuff.
In a nutshell,
I feel like they're
the
lying to me.
website gather the world's news in one place so you can compare coverage, see the bigger picture.
Every
and
single
make
one of their
informed
sponsors does God's
decisions.
work, man.
For example, recently a study was released claiming that in England, 1 million who never smoked started vaping.
Holy
Ground
crap!
news gives me perspective.
1
This was barely
million?
reported by 20 sources, a small
Oh.
number in comparison to hundreds of headlines on the FDA's first authorization of vaping products 3 years ago,
Oh.
back when some
Leaning
even
left, leaning
cited
right. It
benefits
shows
for
you
smokers.
everything, dude.
This way, you can compare different perspectives in one
I was
place.
literally about to say
See
that.
how the story and coverage change, and
La
also
Bella
reference
Gale.
the original study to make sure no nuance is lost.
Uh-huh.
You also get a sense
I
of the
always
bigger
say go to
picture
like the
and how much
direct
weight a story
Scooby-Doo.
really carries
Direct
to tell
source.
apart reason from racket.
I love that.
Go to ground.news/nutshell to give it a try.
Oh,
If you
yes.
sign up through this link, you'll get 50% off the
Again,
unlimited
50?
access plan,
Jesus.
the biggest discount of the year,
Yeah.
either for yourself or as a gift. We
I
think
might
they do
actually
an
hop on that,
important
man.
Job. You only have
That's a
so much
big
control over your health.
discount.
At least take control over what occupies your mind.
Oh man, their illustrations, I love them so much.
The
And
new
it-
12,025 Human Era calendar is finally here. We think
Oh,
it's the
man,
best
that's
calendar we
beautiful.
ever made.
I would've
and
took
we
just the
created
gold and
it all
black,
for
man.
you.
Had
It's
color
not
to
just the
anything,
vibrant
make it
illustrations,
pop.
The high quality paper or the shiny
Oh,
cover.
yes.
It's the fact that it represents
I was just
such an
talking about the
important
shiny
part of our
cover.
shared history. We hope that you'll use it to continue writing history, and we know that it will look great on your wall
It's
or
beautiful.
as a gift for a special burb in your life. As you've
Burb.
told us in hundreds of reviews, comments, and messages, the
Again, look at all
calendar
those
is
5
very
stars,
special
man.
to you too. For so many of you,
Their merch is to die for.
Calendar has become a
One of the few people I actually got
and
merch
a
from.
daily source of inspiration.
Busting out the duck.
Make 12,025 truly special and join us in celebrating this
100%.
time-honored tradition. The calendar is available exclusively on our shop. We've also prepared a few bundles with some of our favorite products. Get this.
That's another
piece
cool
of
thing
our
about
shared
Kurzgesagt. They like
history
add bundles and
an
stuff.
essential part of Kurzgesagt.
Ah, that one was early. Alright, so sadly I can't say that this video was very informative because it did talk about a lot of stuff that I already knew about. I mean, I'm currently vaping as it is right now, so it's still very cool to like have, I don't want to say like insider knowledge, but like they still do their own research and stuff. And the fact that they like, when they don't know or like the studies aren't there, they tell you, man. Like I know like so many instances where it's like, especially news, like local news, like I was talking about during the ad, like they just like run with a story, man. And like it could be like totally false and we have no idea. It's just like pumped out to us and we talk about it and then talk about it to other people. And it's just continuous, just a, whatever it's called, just a continued train of misinformation. But this was like very like I almost said informative. This was very like needed for you to be like, okay, look, it's too early to know exactly what's going on with vaping, but here's what we might know, you know, like even though we're not quite there yet, like the studies, like he said, it only started in what, 2024, which is ridiculous, but it's still like at least it's there, you know. And like to know like all the stuff that is inside vaping, we could kind of conclude like maybe what might happen in the future. And like kind of like how he said, it's like the people vaping right now are the guinea pigs, like they are the test subjects of it, which like I'm kind of okay with, I'm not gonna lie, because like vaping did help me stop smoking cigarettes like altogether, man. I haven't picked up a pack of cigarettes in like years. It's been years since I smoked, but like it's still like I don't want to say needed because that's really bad, but it's still like the whole like teenage aspect of it I don't really like. But like he said in the video as well, like if you already smoke cigarettes, like please go to vaping. Like it is so much more healthier. And like that's not necessarily saying it's healthy, like full stop, like no, like there's still chemicals and stuff inside the thing, like the freaking vape juice, you know, like we don't actually know. And the whole like burning the coil when you don't have that much juice left and stuff like that, like obviously that's going to lead to like inflammation and stuff like that. Not inflammation, but you know what I mean, like the burning sensation in your lungs. But like all of it is still like I'm okay with. I know that might sound like really bad to say, but like the fact that like it's better than smoking cigarettes. I always go back to that, but like cigarettes are terrible, man. Like they literally turn your lungs into tar. And like even though vaping might do something worse, it might do something better to your lungs. Like we have not better at all, let's be real here, but like we don't know yet. And like I guess that's the like I don't know what to call it really. It's just like the pondering, I guess, like lack of a better word. Like we do not know. And to me, like I'm okay with being the guinea pig, lack of the like long story short, you know what I'm trying to say. So all in all, this video was still very enjoyable. Like sadly I can't say it was as informative as all the other ones, because at least not to me. Like this is my final thought thing, like my opinion's all together, but like it's still like it's needed, man. Like these videos are definitely needed, and it's just like wacky topics that they talk about. Like it seems like they pull it out of thin air unless they're literally spying on me. But like all in all, man, I love it so much. And what they do, like every single video is so informative and like just trying to teach you, you know, even though like the studies aren't necessarily there yet, but they will let you know if they don't know. And to that I applaud them so much. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe, ring the bell, become a member. You get videos a day early, and check out the merch. So with that said, I have been Master Zero. You guys have been fantastic, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Later days.